Is your Optimum remote not working with your cable box? Don't worry, you're not alone. Remote connectivity issues are one of the most common problems that Optimum customers face. According to recent data, remote issues account for 15 to 20% of all technical support requests. The good news is that most of these problems can be solved at home without needing a technician visit. First, let's understand what type of remote you have. There are two main types: infrared or IR remotes and radio frequency or RF remotes. This makes a big difference in how they work. Infrared remotes require direct line of sight to work. They send invisible light signals that must reach the cable box sensor directly. If something blocks the path, the remote won't work. Radio frequency or RF remotes work differently. They use radio waves that can travel through walls and furniture, so they don't need direct line of sight to the cable box. Now let's look at the two main causes of remote problems. First, battery issues are by far the most common problem. Dead or weak batteries cause 45% of all remote failures. The second major cause is pairing problems. This happens when your remote and cable box lose their connection and can't communicate with each other. This accounts for 32% of remote issues. The great news is that by learning to troubleshoot these issues yourself, you can save time and avoid waiting for a technician. Studies show that 78% of remote problems can be resolved with simple troubleshooting steps. In the next section, we'll walk through the specific step-by-step solutions for both battery problems and remote pairing issues. You'll learn exactly what to do to get your remote working again. Let's start with battery troubleshooting. The first step is to replace your remote's batteries with fresh ones. Next, clean the battery terminals with rubbing alcohol and a cotton swab to ensure good contact between the batteries and the remote. If the remote still doesn't work, try a power reset. Remove the batteries for 30 seconds, then reinstall them to reset the remote's internal memory. If battery troubleshooting doesn't solve the problem, it's time to repair your remote with the cable box. Here's the updated pairing method for 2025. First, press and hold the CBL and OK/CL buttons simultaneously for 3 seconds. Wait for the LED indicator to turn on. Next, press CBL once. The LED should turn off and back on. Then press the power button and the LED should turn off completely. Finally, test the functionality with volume and channel controls to ensure the pairing was successful. If the standard pairing method fails, there are alternative approaches you can try. Try the auto search method. Hold setup until the LED stays on, press CBL, then repeatedly press power until your cable box responds. You can also use the Optimum mobile app's remote control feature as a backup solution. This provides a digital remote interface on your smartphone. These step-by-step solutions should resolve most Optimum remote control issues. Try the battery fixes first, then move to pairing methods if needed.